to Sunshine. I am Oduayo Soya. The Ondo State government has warned traders, market women, and commercial operators who obstruct major roads across the state. These activities, the government says, cause traffic congestion and put road users at serious risk. A statement by Special Advisor to the Governor on Transport, Olubenga Omole, urged traders and residents in key areas like Ojaoba in Akure, Sabo Market in Ondo, Ikare, Akunga, and the Ore Overhead Bridge to immediately stop selling goods or drying food items such as cocoa, gari, and yam flour on highways and designated road corridors. The statement also condemned some commercial tricycle operators who have turned strategic locations including Obadeshida Road, Arakale Road, Alagbaka, and the ShopRite area into illegal parking and roadside market spots. Omali warned that any tricycle operator violating these rules will have their vehicle impounded without hesitation. The statement added that law enforcement officers have been fully mobilized to ensure compliance across the state, adding that any activity that blocks free vehicle movement or breaches traffic laws will no longer be tolerated due to its threats to motorists and pedestrian safety. Ondo State Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa has described the groundbreaking of the stalled Owena multi-purpose dam water treatment plant as more than just a project, but a promise to deliver clean, safe, and sustainable water to the people of the state. Speaking at the event held in Ibarauki, Ifedore local government area, Governor Aiyedatiwa said what once seemed like lost opportunities and delayed dreams has now been revived through determination and teamwork. Government House correspondent Wahab Bankole has details of the event.
For years, the people of Ondo State have longed for a steady supply of potable water from the Owena multipurpose dam water treatment plant in Igbarauke, the federal local government area. Although several past administrations have tried to revive this legacy project, their efforts yielded little success. Determined to change this, Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa's administration has taken bold steps to rewrite the story. The groundbreaking ceremony drew people from all walks of life to Igbarauke, the headquarters of the federal local government area, including top government officials led by Governor Aiyedatiwa himself.
There is pipe that takes water to the plant. It's about 500 laid here. Yes. I don't think we can go to. Not everybody.
After inspecting the multipurpose dam water treatment plant, the governor affirmed his commitment to bringing the project to completion.
Life should be made easy for our people, and that is why water is very, very essential. With not just for drinking, we also, through this, it will also provide irrigation for our farmers, for food security. So we are here to just do all of that, and then they'll be going there to do the groundbreaking for the laying of pipes.
Commissioner for Water Resources, Public Sanitation and Hygiene, Ayodele Akonde, applauded Governor Aiyedatiwa for his dedication to providing residents with potable water, noting that the project will significantly enhance public health.
The event today is beyond merely breaking the ground, but we are breaking the barriers of scarcity of years of unfulfilled hopes and interrupted dreams of making clean, safe, and reliable water available for our people.
Others, including representative of the Minister of Agriculture, hailed the groundbreaking as a decisive government effort to provide safe, sustainable, and renewable water.
The Akure Water Supply Project, based on this 60,000 cubic meters per day treatment plant, is supposed to supply enough water to the citizens of Akure and environ until the year 2032.
Projects we are launching today is not limited to rehabilitation of the water alone. It also encompasses water treatment.
We may have resources, but unless there is a vision that is consistent and well-vetted that we can align, those resources will not come. And even if they do so, we will not achieve the outcome. So that's where I commend the governor.
Governor Aiyedatiwa declared that the era of extended water scarcity in Ondo State has come to an end, promising residents access to clean, safe, and sustainable water.
The stalled Owena Multipurpose Dam Water Treatment Plant stood as a reminder of opportunities lost and dreams delayed. Yet, even in those difficult years, our resolve to give water to our people, irrigation to our farmers, and eventually hydropower generation to our people never wavered. Through perseverance, collaboration, and faith, we have reignited that dream today.
The governor explained that the AFDB-supported urban water supply project will rehabilitate the Owena water treatment plant, install new transmission mains to Akure, build 7,500 meters reservoirs, and expand urban water distribution networks. He also launched water quality testing kits and water treatment tablets for households and communities to help reduce cholera and typhoid risks.
This AFDB assisted project will extend this impact even further by strengthening sanitation systems and expanding water coverage across 7 local government areas of Akure South, Akure North, Idonri, Ifedore, Ile-Oluji Okegbo, Ondo East, and Ondo West. To the glory of God and the benefit of mankind.
Amen.
The event also saw the launch of mobile solar-powered irrigation pumps for farmers. From Igbaraoke, in Ifedore local government area of Ondo State, Wahab Bankole, Osrc News.
As the festive season draws near, some Nigerians are already stepping ahead of the Christmas rush. Early shopping for gifts and essentials is gaining momentum, driven by the need to avoid last-minute stress and the fear of rising prices as December winds down. Adewumi Taiwo takes a closer look at this growing trend and what it means for shoppers and traders.
Christmas is a season of joy, sharing and celebration. But the days leading up to December 25th often come with the familiar crowded markets, inflated prices, and the pressure of horrid spending. This year, many families are choosing a different approach. Start early, buy early. From festive accessories to foodstuffs, clothing and footwear, early shoppers are trying to beat the expected year-end surge in commodity prices. Still, some traders say sales have been lower when compared to last Christmas, reflecting current economic realities, rising inflation, reduced purchasing power, and cultural spending habits.
If you have any alternative to boost up business in Ondo State, it could have been better than only salary alone. Salary alone cannot solve this problem.
We will not see changes. They are not buying anything. They are not buying anything. So it will not be like last year. Last year by this time, I think still don't.
They are pushing it over, but the market is not moving. They are coming over, but it's not like before. They are coming. But it's not like before that all this money, not even see it. But now, parents are just managed.
Other traders, however, say patronage has been relatively encouraging, noting that early shoppers are helping to gradually lift sales.
We came here last year to see how people was. Many people were shopping. This year, it's not like that. Like last year, we started on November, 18th of November. People were patronizing. So the price of things is very costly.
At the moment, people are coming. Like people that are out offices. So they are patronizing, they collect the office, and they also show the signals that we are in a festive period. So they wear the cap, then wear some of the items.
Across markets, shoppers describe early Christmas shopping as a practical strategy, helping them avoid inflated prices, secure needed items, and spread spending over time instead of bearing the burden all at once.
It's not like because if I don't buy it now, by the time it is getting to Christmas, the price may go down.
So I brought my keys to get some toy for the festive period. You know, we are in a Christmas period right now. Everybody's happy, and really we are happy. Yes. So we are in the mood of this festive. Christmas is sweet. It's merry.
Things are still affordable now in this period. So I will advise people to come to the market to come and purchase whatever they want to buy before the late hour, which is few days to Christmas.
Beyond the rush and rising prices, many Nigerians are advising that the season should be celebrated with moderation, reminding families that Christmas is not a competition, but a time for love, contentment, and togetherness. As the season unfolds, thoughtful planning, early preparation, and mindful spending may make this Christmas more enjoyable and less demanding on wallets across the country. Adewumi Taiwo, Osrc News.
To improve livelihood and promote economic development in Ondo State, a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Adeniyi Adegbonmire, has empowered 650 constituents with multi-million naira items and other incentives. Representing Ondo Central Senatorial District at the Red Chamber, Adegbonmire said giving back to society makes him a fulfilled representative. Omori Olawuji reports that event tagged Adegbonmire Renewed Hope Mega Empowerment Program was held in Akure, the Ondo State capital.
Deep freezers, sewing machines, both local and industrial, hair dryers, tricycles, motorbikes, bags of rice, cash grants, writing materials and school items were among the empowerment materials ready for distribution. Beneficiaries were drawn from the 6 local government areas that make up the Ondo Central Senatorial District: Akure South, Akure North, Ifedore, Ondo East, Ondo West, and Idori. The donor, Senator Adeniyi Adegbonmire, lauded the support of members of his constituency for believing in his vision to contribute his quota to the development of the district. He promised sustained efforts in empowerment programs, not just to boost the morale of the people, but also to help them become financially and economically self-reliant.
But I can assure you that this is just one of the empowerment programs that I have in stock for my constituents. We plan very early in the new year to do what we call our own school empowerment, where we intend, as one of the items, to distribute 150 laptops, amongst other things.
Ondo State Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa, represented by the Special Advisor to the Governor on Political Matters and Legislation, Babatunde Kolawole, said the empowerment initiative reflects good leadership rooted in passion for community development.
As we gather here today, it is pertinent to state that empowerment is not a destination, but a journey. It calls for perseverance, collaboration, and continued faith in what we can achieve together.
State Chairman of the APC, Ade Adetimeni, and other eminent personalities at the event commended the senator for his humanitarian services.
He has spent just 2 years plus. I know he will still do other empowerments before the 4-year runs out. And I know he's a man of his word.
Income and living on your own
being a beggar.
ó jẹ́ pé ní òwe tó wà lọ́wọ́ wa yìí kó ní kálukú wo àwọn nǹkan tẹ́ ti ṣe tó wà ní òwe yìí kọ́ńkọ̀ bí à ń tẹ́ ti ṣe tó wà ní òwe yìí pẹ̀lú tó wà tà ọmọ pé tó wà ní òwe yìí ju tó wà tà yẹn lọ. wọ́n á mọ̀ ìpè tó wà ní òwe yìí tẹ́ ti ṣe ó ju nǹkan tó wà níta yẹn lọ ṣùgbọ́n èyí tẹ́ wá ṣe lẹ́yìn ní pé tán bá lọ́nà òun rí ní kọ̀rọ̀ jẹ́ kí èèyàn náà ṣe kí ni kó rí ní gbangba.
Beneficiaries leaped for joy in appreciation of the gesture.
He's paid back to his people. We are very happy.
A jẹ́ ìrànlọ́wọ́ fún ìkan nínú ọmọ tó ń tẹ̀lé mi torí a máa fi ṣiṣẹ́ ká máa fi pọ̀wó fún ọ̀ràn tó kù ká máa kú láàrin ara wa.
Senator Adeniyi Adegbomire is a member of the 10th Assembly representing Ondo Central Senatorial District. Omoriola Mubiji, Osrc News.
The recent coup attempt in Benin Republic has once again raised an uncomfortable question. Is the era of military takeovers truly over, or are coups slowly resurfacing in Africa's political landscape? Even as nations like Nigeria celebrate over 2 decades of uninterrupted democratic rule, development across West Africa suggests that the conversation is far from settled. Blessing Obey brings us insights into the debate.
Across African's political history, military coups once played a defining role, especially through the 1970s, 80s, and 90s, when West Africa recorded some of the highest numbers of takeovers. Nigeria was not left out, witnessing the 1966 coup, the 1975 takeover, the 1983 and 1985 overthrows, as well as the 1993 coup that ushered in the Sani Abacha regime. The country has, however, enjoyed 25 years of uninterrupted democracy since 1999, but the recent failed coup attempt in Benin Republic has triggered fresh concerns. Is military intervention becoming relevant again in Africa's political space? Across the region, countries like Mali, Burkina Faso, Guinea, and Niger have experienced successful coups in recent years, reshaping the security and political dynamics in West Africa. Yet, many respondents argued that coups are no longer fashionable nor acceptable in today's world. They pointed to a growing global commitment to democratic governance and the strong anti-coup stance of ECOWAS and the African Union.
In those days, when the governance is in shambles, we used to have coups. In Africa, especially like this side of West Africa, we used to have so many coups, especially in our country, Nigeria. But as of today, coup is no longer fashionable. We need democratic government. In all forms of government is the best. The people should be allowed to govern themselves in all ramifications. We don't want any coup again in Nigeria or in other parts of Africa.
They noted that while poor governance, corruption, and insecurity often create conditions that tempt soldiers to intervene, military rule has consistently failed to deliver stability or development. Instead, they emphasize the need for purposeful leadership, institutional reforms, transparency, and accountability.
If you have ever witnessed the coup itself is more like a war. Whether you succeed or not, some people will have to pay with their life. So the coup is usually to overthrow a legitimate government. And once that is done, it becomes illegitimate, whether they are successful or not. It's an illegitimate government. And for the past years that we have been having coup in the country here, what we can call the benefit of such coup or such government has never been too palatable, because somebody will just take over government, begin to impose his own will, suspend all legal instruments, all the legal structures that is in existence, and they begin to rule without law, without the rule of law. They suspend the constitution, all legislative arms are suspended, and that is never a good government. Democracy, there is no alternative to democracy.
For Africa to avoid a return to military rule, citizens and leaders alike must commit to strengthening democratic institutions, deepening political participation, and addressing the socio-economic frustrations that often lead to coups. As calls grow louder for responsible governance across the continent, many maintain that democracy is the only acceptable path forward, and sustaining it is a collective responsibility. Blessing Obi, Osrc News.
Meanwhile, Osrc's Joy Pius also examines the failed coup and Nigeria's role in deploying military resources to help protect democracy in Benin.
Fire erupted in multiple neighborhoods across Cotonou, soon followed by heavily armed soldiers appearing on state television.
Toutes les institutions sont dissoutes.
Taking power at this moment reflects the CMR's firm determination to end the exclusion of all social groups in our country without any distinction during the transition and to restore national cohesion.
A group called the Military Committee for Refoundation, led by Colonel Tigri Pasca, declared the dissolution of national institutions, suspended the constitution, and closed Benin's land, air, and maritime borders. They justified their actions by pointing to the worsening security in northern Benin and the neglect of fallen soldiers. This attempted takeover would have been the latest in a series of power seizures across West Africa, where Mali, Burkina Faso, Guinea, and Niger have all experienced coups since 2020, if not for Nigeria's intervention. At the request of Benin President, Nigeria's President Bola Tinubu deployed fighter jets and ground forces to help stop the coup, successfully preventing the takeover. The move elicited reactions. While some praised the president's bravery, others questioned whether it was constitutional.
They went there to protect democratic government in Nigeria because, as a matter of fact, in the whole world today, particularly in Africa, let me come back to Africa, we don't want a situation where military will be ruling on one side and we are having democratically elected government. Because the idea of military government is quite different from that of a civilian government. So if Nigerian soldiers were deployed there to restore peace and return their democratically elected government, it was a good idea. To me, that is my own view.
First, you must understand that ECOWAS protocols on mechanism for conflict prevention, that's the one in 1999, gives the power to all ECOWAS countries to ensure they prevent and intervene in terms of when peace is being challenged in any part of the region. And Nigeria is a major player, in fact, key player in maintaining these things that we have mentioned in this region. So the president acted not only correctly, not only legally, but in the interest of world peace and security, wherein Nigeria is a major stakeholder and also a key player. So nobody should cast aspersion on the president on the grounds of the deployment of troops and all of that. It is part of what we are bound to do, not just as a leading light in Africa, but also as a giant of Africa.
Respondents highlighted Benin Republic's close proximity to Nigeria as a key concern, warning that a successful coup in Benin could threaten Nigeria's borders and its democracy.
That is why the Nigerian government is against, the coup planners, because ordinarily they wouldn't want a soldier to take over government in Nigeria.
Benin, they are very close to us. If anything happens in Benin, one way or another, it will affect us. So the resources deployed for that particular mission or that particular assignment, you can't call it a waste.
Under Section 5, Subsection 5 of the 1999 Constitution, President Bola Tinubu has sought and received Senate approval to deploy troops to Benin Republic. Joy Pius, Osrc News.
Back to Ondo State, where the police command has apprehended 3 suspects linked to a robbery and cattle rustling incident at a ranch in Okebo. The attack, which involved the brutal machete assault of a farmer and his son, prompted immediate police intervention. According to reports, the victim, Abdullahi, stated that armed men attacked his cattle ranch, stealing several cattle. In their attempts to prevent the criminals' escape, he and his son were attacked with machetes. In response, the police said it launched an intelligence-driven operation combining rapid tactical deployment and technological resources to track and capture the suspect. The operation, it says, led to the recovery of the stolen cattle, the suspect's vehicle in Ondo City, the victim's stolen motorcycle, and the weapons used during the attack. The command said it remains committed to proactive crime prevention and rapid intervention, particularly during the festive season. And that's the news. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Osrc. Good afternoon.